So, overall, individuals are a product of nurture, not neg. Hello? Yes? Yes? I'm on it. Wow! Breaking news! Breaking news from Channel 4 at 2 o'clock. This is on the opioid and drug epidemic. More on the story with Juliana.
Wow, Annie, what a story we've got for you today. Word has been leaked of the drug epidemic in the DMV area. There have been 109 deaths in the last year from drug overdoses in the area. This data has come straight from Congress, where liberals are working furiously for the legislation of drugs and such. But on the other hand, Republicans strongly oppose them. Legislation is going nowhere and gridlock is the haps.
Yes, I have heard about that. President Trump and the Republicans in Congress are in support of the passage of opioids in the U.S. being reduced drastically. The amount of funds from the Trump administration that will go towards this crisis is yet to be determined.
Thank you, Annie, for that information. Let's go to Julie, our resident drug expert, for some more information on the crisis.
Thank you, Juliana and Annie. I'm Zeline. I'm here to ask questions to our drug expert, Julie. Julie, what are the statistics regarding drug deaths in the U.S.?
Well, today more Americans die from drug overdoses than car crashes or gun deaths. They have more than doubled within the last decade.
And how many of these deaths involve opioids?
The majority of deaths have opioids. 47,000 people were killed in 2014 from just these drugs.
And what has the FDA been working on?
It has been a great time for more technological opportunities to advance drug policies. They are in fact using new technology to test genes and new drugs and how they can affect people and their minds.
And what is going on with federalism?
The problem of controlling and regulating the consumption of opioid type and other kinds of drugs be removed from federal jurisdiction and turned over to the states, as was done with alcohol and is now beginning to be done with marijuana.
Wow, that is some stuff. Thank you for that, Julie. Back to you, Juliana and Andy.
Thank you, Zeline and Julie. Now, please turn your attention to our weatherman, with a twist, Max. He will give you an update on the map of the drugs in our country.
Please welcome Max with our weather report, with a twist.
Thanks, Juliana and Annie. I'm here for your local weather report with a twist. As we can see here, the more blue there is, the higher the request for opioid prescription has become. So as you can tell, there's a huge spurt on the entire west coast, along with the mid to east southern region. This is a clear example of lawmakers repeating past problematic practices. Although state prison systems aren't made of many drug offenders, about half of the federal prison system holds people for drugs. Ohio and this specific region in general isn't different at all, as clearly obvious from this graph. Now, suspect many deaths in this general area. So what happens is there's one major particular spot. With only one large spot, the local government in this area, along with a little bit up here and a lot in Florida, are trying to regulate the drug use as much as they can. Congress, however, is being lackadaisical when coming to the opioid resurgence. It is no secret what is happening, but people are finding more and more ways to spread the drugs. Don't forget about the Florida region either, as they have had an increasing amount of deaths as well. Now, due to growth, Congress is trying to help the people of Ohio and Florida as much as they can. From our research, we have found that chemists in the last century learned to synthesize opioid analogs to produce powerful new painkillers. During the 1990s, treating pain became a priority for medical providers, and drug makers produced and marketed a number of prescription opioids. Keep an eye out and always be aware of what is happening around you. Luckily, living in Maryland, this area is not as bad as, say, New York, Philadelphia, or this area in general, but still, the epidemic is among us.
Why, thank you, Max, our weatherman, with a twist. That was very informative. Now, we have a special treat for you all watching at home. The Drug Policy Alliance Network has funded this stimulation tonight. What is this alliance, you may ask? According to their website, the DPA network is the nation's leading organization working to end the war on drugs. They envision new drug policies based on science, compassion, health, and human rights, and a just society in which the fears, prejudices, and punitive prohibitions of today are no more.
We had our special investigation team recreate a normal drug deal. This is for you folks at home who don't know much about the topic. Please watch and do not try this at home.
Welcome to our drug stimulation.
Got the sun.
Yeah.
Let me make sure.
Did it work?
Thank you for that simulation DPA. We love you over here.
Well, Cougars, that wraps up our show. And as we leave, ponder this. Do fish get thirsty? In case you missed the bloopers, we will roll them again after the credits.
Have a safe and wonderful weekend.
You guys should.
Oh, man! Okay, we're done. Okay, we're done. It's over. It's over.
I made a bagel. I hope that's okay.
Julie, what are the statistics regarding the drug deaths in the U.S.?
Well, today more Americans died from drug overdoses than car crashes.
You're not. Oh,
Legislation is going nowhere. Gridlock is the half.
Yes, I have heard about that. President.
you know what? Why do you have to say? You guys are doing so well.
Can you put this out? Thank you for that.
What do you want to say?
Is it recording?
That's the first part.